Smiley.
Coming, Mum.
Smiley, they call him. Smiley's his name. Happy-go-lucky and always so game. If he should be smiling when you go by, look out for that wily gleam in his eye. Rough and tumble, freckle-faced beneath a sunny sky, this tiny mite of dynamite will make you wonder why. Whenever you're angry, you have to give in to Smiley, young Smiley, the kid with the grin. Smiley, they call him, and Smiley's his name.
They've started, Bill.
Get moving, Bill.
You won't have trouble from the missus.
Well, lend us yours, will you, Frank? Oh, lummy. I'll be late for the Christmas.
Go, Bill.
And what names do you give this child?
William Thomas.
Smiley.
William Thomas.
Smiley.
William Thomas.
Smiley.
Yes. I see what you mean.
Smiley.
I baptize thee, Smiley William Thomas. In the name of the Father.
Land ho! Land on the starboard bow! Molly. Oh, Molly, Molly! I'm Captain Cook in the crow's nest, and I'm discovering Australia. I know something that you don't know, and it's flabbergasting. What? It's terribly flabbergasting. It's about the new teacher. Below, there, below. What is it, Joey? It's about the sergeant and the new teacher. I've just seen them together. Gee, is it romantic? It's terribly romantic. They're walking along the road to the teacher's new house.
Smiley! Smiley! Come here.
Yes, Mum.
I thought I told you to clean up the yard. Now get on with it.
Yes, Mum.
And as for you, Joey, why don't you find something better to do?
Okay, Mrs. Grievance. Gee, your mum's a terror. She is not. Bet you're not going to come and have a look at the sergeant and the teacher. I bet I am. She'll be mad at you. I'm not scared. Quick, let's be deadly bushrangers and track down the loving couple. Look!
That was brilliant. And all with one hand, too.
Oh, nothing to it once you get the knack. Out in the bush, it pays to keep one hand free for your gun.
To shoot who?
Oh, bushrangers, smugglers.
Smugglers.
Yeah, opium. There's still quite a bit of traffic around here. Then there's snakes. That's what you got to look out for around here.
And what do I do if I see one?
Or you just keep out of harm's way and send for me.
I see.
Yeah, I reckon in my time I've killed more snakes than almost anybody around these parts.
Then I'll certainly be in safe hands.
Willy-willies. Do you know what they are?
Sounds like indigestion.
Oh, no, no, no. It's what the natives call the whirlwinds. They start up from nowhere, lift you off your feet, and chuck you 100 yards.
And what do I do if I meet one of those? Send for the sergeant?
That's the idea.
I thought all the police out here were mounted.
Oh, we are. I just use the old bike when I'm off duty.
What do you reckon they're saying now? He's saying, wilt thou be my heart's desire? And she's saying, thou art my lord and master. Bet we're the first people in the world what knows about the sergeant and the teacher. It's flabbergasting. That's what I said. Oh, you don't own a word just because you said it first. Let's go closer and see what they're doing. Gee, isn't this a beautiful bike? Come and have a look and see what they're doing. I'm gonna have a ride. Hey, you can't ride a bike. I can. If the old sergeant in there copped you, he'll shove you in the lockup. Go on. Help! Help! There you are, I told you. Quick, give us a hand, Joey. Gee, you've gone and busted it. Quick, let's get it back. Oh, it's heavy. I'm clearing off. Hey, wait for me.
You sure you wouldn't like me to wait and see you back to the hotel?
Really? I've got such a lot to do, getting things straight. And Mr. Rankin said he'd pick me up later.
Oh.
But thanks for all the help and all the tips. I'll keep my eyes skinned for snakes and willies and...
You may laugh, Miss Workman, but out here in the bush, you've got to look ahead. Be prepared for any emergency. A leaky water bag, a sticky compass, any part of your gear not on top line, and anything can happen. Good day. What the...
So long, Smiley. Meet you at the hideout.
Smiley! What have you been up to?
Nothing, Mum.
You got a bit torn up your sleeve. How did you do that?
I don't know, Mum.
What do you mean you don't know? Getting more like your old man every day. Doesn't care if I have to do the washing for half this town. As long as when he gets back from droving, he's got all his money to spend on booze. You don't care either.
I do so, Mum. I think it's flabbergasting. It's so flabbergasting that I'm going to get some crayfish for your tea. I'll get 50 whoppers, and you can have 49 of them.
You're going to do no crayfishing until you take the washing up to the schoolhouse.
But,
now,
Mum,
off you go.
I'm a beast of burden, a miserable beast of burden. Here's your washing.
Take it round to the back door, menial.
Don't you call me a meanie.
I said menial, a varlet, practically a slave.
A cove or a belt, you one.
I've got something you haven't got.
And what is it?
A catalogue. I'm choosing my Christmas present.
Give us a... I never seen a catalogue.
Huh. You couldn't afford to buy anything in here.
Bet I could. Bet I could buy 100 things.
You, son of a washerwoman.
Don't you say things about my numbers, I'll belt you.
The only thing you could buy is a packet of seeds for a penny. Hey, give me that.
Fine, Jill.
What's going on out here?
He pinched my catalogue, snatched it out of my hand.
Little boys shouldn't snatch things, Smiley. Now give it back to Fred.
Come on, give it back.
Just a minute. Smiley asked to have a look and Fred wouldn't let him.
He didn't, he pinched
Shut up.
Job.
Smiley, you can borrow it for a while. Take good care of it and bring it back in the morning when you come to school.
Gee, thanks, sir.
And don't let me ever again hear you speaking to one of the poorer boys like that.
But I'm sure he didn't
No,
mean
yes, he did. Now pick that up and take it round to the kitchen. At the double!
Have you got a bite?
I think so.
Got him. That makes 5. Look what I've got. It's called a catalogue, and it's full of millions of pictures. Oh, there's only a lot of old chairs and tables and hoses and buckets and watering cans. Look, cricket bats and footballs and air guns. And look at all the bikes. Look out, great. See what you've done? A whopper and he's got away. I'll show that, Fred. He said that I couldn't afford anything in this book except a packet of seeds. I'm gonna get a bite. Who for? The sergeant? Oh, he'll never find out it was me. Suppose he got your fingerprints. I'm going to buy a bite. And I'll be king of Murrumbilla. Speaking of Murrumbilla, you couldn't save up 4pence. I know. I'm going to catch a lot of crows and sell them. And that'll start me saving. Shh. I'm going to catch thousands of crows and sell them to everyone. And I bet Dad'll be flabbergasted when he comes home and sees me with a bike. Mr. Lambert. Hi, Mr. Lambert. Hi, Mr. Lambert.
Ah, my favourite pair of rapscallions. And now, being well met on this glorious day of 100 and something in the shade, let us sing for the sheer joy of it.
All people that on earth do dwell, sing to the Lord with cheerful voice, hymns filled with praise, praise of hell. Come ye before him and rejoice.
Splendid, splendid. Our voices are now echoing round the vaulted arch of heaven itself.
Mr. Lambert, I'm going to get a bike.
Get a what?
I'm going to save up and buy the best bicycle bargain for boys. The Rally. Only £4 delivered at your door.
How much have you got so far?
Nothing. I only just made up my mind.
Mm-hmm. How's the catechism going? Let me see. What did thy godfathers and godmothers then for you?
They promised and vowed 3 things in my name. First, that I should renounce the devil and all his works, the pomps and vanities of this wicked world, and the sinful lusts of the flesh. Now, second...
Good boy. Here's a 6pence to start the ball rolling, or rather, I should say, to start the bike rolling.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Lambert. You're a real sport. I'm going to get a bike too, Mr. Lambert.
Good on you, Joey. Now, let me see. What is my duty towards my neighbor? My duty towards my neighbor...
My duty towards my neighbor...
is to love him as myself...
is to love him as myself, and to do to all men, as I would, they should do unto me.
Good boy. Here's a sprat for you as well.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Lambert.
Goodbye, boys, and Jehovah be with you.
So long, Mr. Lambert. Oh, you just said you're going to get a bike because he give you 6pence. I never did. I'm going to get a bike just like yours. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell all my craze to Rankin's pub. So am I. Copycat. Rankin, Mr. Rankin, do you want to buy some lovely craze, Mr. Rankin?
Oh, it's you, Smiley.
Only threepence? I've got some too, Mr. Rankin.
Oh, go away, kids.
Only threepence, Mr. Rankin.
Get out of it, I'll knock your blocks off you.
Oh, yes, I'm very pleased. It's a lovely little place. Oh, nice.
Now, what's this proposition of yours, kids, eh?
Lovely craze, Mr. Rankin. Threepence each, delivered at your door. Lovely craze, Mr. Rankin.
Well, you know, I've got stewed snake and roast cockatoo on tonight's menu already. If I was to serve boiled crayfish, it might be too much of a good thing. Hello, Miss Workman. I was just going to fetch you.
I got through quicker than I expected. What are those?
Crayfish, teacher. Please buy some from me. Please, teacher.
Do they taste nice?
They taste flabbergasting. Flabbergasting.
Then I'm sure Miss Workman would like some. Here's 6p each. I'll have half a dozen.
Thanks, Mr. Rankin. I'm saving up to buy this bike. It's mighty.
It looks lovely. I hope it's stronger than the sergeant's.
The sergeant's?
Promise not to tell. But the sergeant's front wheel got buckled. And he shot head first into a bush full of prickles.
He did? Well, what do you know, eh?
Now, not a word, mind. So you caught those all by yourselves?
Too right, teacher. We've been fishing all afternoon.
One day I must come and watch how you do it.
It's in a secret part of the river, far from the Coonaman coin. You go past Charlie Coy's garden and towards the Aborigines' camp.
Better not let King Billy see you.
Shut up, Joey. It's a deadly secret. So long, teacher. So long, Mr. Rankin. So long, Mr. Rankin. Let's sell some to Willie.
If I know that old Chinaman, he'll be doing the selling.
I wonder if I ought to tell Mr. Stevens.
Why?
Well, only this morning he was warning the boys that anywhere near the Abo camp was out of bounds.
Oh, I shouldn't worry. What harm can there be in the kids having a hideout and having a little bit of fun? Keeps them out of trouble.
Yes, perhaps so.
Come on, Willie. Only threepence.
Cray, no wanted.
Well, say you mind for tuppence.
Cray, no wanted.
Hey, Willie. Can I stick some truffle licorice and threepence of coconut and threepence of caramel?
You got any money?
You bet I've got money. I thought you were going to save out and get a bike. I had my fingers crossed. Go on, Smiley. You buy some too. No. I'm going to save out and get a bike. Give us a bit of lolly, Joey. You've got your own day. Buy your own lollies. I told you I was saving up to get a bike. I'd give you some of my lollies, Smiley, if you didn't have your own money, but you can go and buy some lollies the same as me. No. Suppose I could spend threepence. Just threepence. Wait here, Joey. Willie.
You want some lollies?
You bet.
How many? Same as Joey?
Only threepence worth. No. I'm going to save up and get me bike. What'd you get, Smiley? Nothing. I'm not going to spend me money on lollies. I'm going to buy a bike. Want a bit of caramel? You bet. I'll give you a bit if you let me ride your bike. I'll let you ride me bike. How many times? 10 times from Willie Singer's store to the church. That's not much. 100 times. All right, 100 times. There you are.
Where's that shirt? I'll mend it for you.
Thanks, Mum.
None of your nightmares or old Nick will be after you. Good night, Smiley.
me to save up and buy a bike before Dad gets home. Because I know that thou art my greatest friend. I remain. Smiley William Thomas Grievance. Amen.
So to finish our morning talk on bush discipline, let's have a few questions. Now, children, what do we know about horses? Jack.
Please, sir, but a horse always kicks.
And so?
And so you shouldn't get near a horse's hind legs, even if you know it's a quiet old mare that wouldn't hurt a fly.
Very good, Joey. Now, Smiley, what do you do if you get lost in the bush and find you're losing your nerves?
Say something out loud.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good children go to heaven. Penny on the water, tuppence on the sea, trippers on the railway for you and me.
That's as good as anything else. And there's nothing like the sound of your own voice to give you self-confidence. Now, Jean, what do you do if you see a snake?
Send for the sergeant. He's killed more snakes than anyone.
No, I asked Jean.
Sorry, sir.
Anyhow, who told you that? Not the sergeant, I'm sure.
Just made it up.
Well, Jean?
Run away, sir.
And if you can't, if you're cornered.
I know. Grab a stick and hit him just behind his head so as to break his back.
That's right. And what happens if he does happen to bite you?
Stick a knife in the place where he's bit you and suck it dry.
Thirsty little wretch. Well, that's all, Miss Workman. I'll leave them to you.
Open your history books at page 38. That is the story of Tasman. Now, when I finish correcting these sums, I'll expect you to know all about the discovery of Tasmania. Psst. What's going on?
Smiley stole a picture out of my catalogue. Oh, you got plenty of pictures in your catalogue. Can't have just one. I'll tell my father on you. Tell, tittle-tat.
Quiet at once. Now, what was this picture, Smiley?
It's a picture of the rally bike I was going to buy.
Give it back to Fred. You'd no right to cut it out without asking him.
Oh, I know what it says anyhow. Here you are.
Smiley. Since when, exactly, have you developed this interest in bicycles?
Since yesterday, teacher.
I thought so. I had a note from the sergeant this morning. He wants to see you in your lunch hour.
Gee.
Come in. Oh, it's you, Smiley.
Yes, it's me, Sergeant.
I'm making a few inquiries about my bike. Somebody rode it into a bush on the Morven Road and buckled the front wheel.
I don't know nothing about your old bike, Sergeant.
Come here, son. Now, this was found close by. Now, I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but I reckon you know something about it.
Well, a matter of fact, I was taking a stroll along the Morven Road when I see a bush ranger riding the old bike. So I beckons after him and shouts at him to get off your bike. And as he turns around to see who's following, he rides into a tree. Then he dashes off into the bush, and I follows like a deadly bloodhound.
Ah, you and your imagination. Now, listen, kid, if you ever want to borrow my bike, all you've got to do is to ask permission. But first of all, it's got to be repaired, and you've got to help pay for the damage. Now, I know you're always broke, so you'll just have to work it off.
Say about 2 bobs worth.
I'll groom your horse, Sergeant.
And cut some wood.
2 right.
And split some kindling and polish my saddle and bridle and the sulky harness. Yeah, I reckon that's about 2 bobs worth.
And when I've done all that work, I'll do it again for a real 2 bob. And I'll do it again and again till I've saved up enough to get a bike of my own.
Do you really mean that, kid?
2 right, I do.
And I'll tell you what I'll do, Smiley. If you'll promise to save and not spend it, I'll start off your bike fund for you. Here. Go on, get hold of it. It's yours.
Gee, a bob.
Now, clear off and have your dinner.
Gee, Sergeant, you're a real sport and no mistake.
Benedictus benedicat per Christum Dominum Nostrum.
I saw Smiley grievance just now.
I hope the sergeant wasn't too hard on him.
What's that dreadful little larrikin been up to now?
Do you know what he's doing, Mum? He's betting the boys real money that rosin splits the cane.
Rosin?
It's always been a sort of a superstition amongst the children out here. Don't ask me why.
And has it been proved?
That's what Smiley's betting about. He's rubbing rosin on his hands, and this afternoon he's going to do something to get the cane.
Well, whatever you may say about the boy, he must have lots of pluck. Of all the painful ways of raising money.
You won't tell Smiley I told you, will you, Dad?
Well, if I hear any more tales out of school, it'll be you who'll be getting the cane.
John!
And don't speak with your mouth full.
Right, children, we'll take poetry this afternoon. We Are 7 by William Wordsworth. You begin, Jean.
We Are 7 by William Wordsworth. I met a little cottage girl. She was 8 years old. She said her hair was thick, with many a curl that clustered round her head.
Very nice, Jean. Now your turn, Smiley.
2 of us in the churchyard lie, my sister and my brother. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
I'm afraid you're using that wonderful imagination of yours, Smiley. Just look again and see that you've been inventing, haven't you?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Go on reading.
How many of us then, said I, if they too are in heaven? The little maiden then replied, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
It must be the heat. I think you'd better go and lie down in the shade for a while.
Oh, no, teacher. I'm all right.
Well, if you keep on saying silly things like that, I shall take it for granted and send you home. Fred, continue reading.
You run about, my little maid, your limbs they are alive. If 2 are in the churchyard, lie...
Smiley pinched me!
He did what?
Smiley pinched my behind.
Don't use that vulgar word, Jean. Smiley, is that right? Did you pinch Jean?
That's right, teacher. I pinched her bum.
Quiet, please. Go on with your reading.
She's gone for the headmaster. Now you're for it. I told you so.
The moment has arrived. He's been behaving as naughtily as possible and finished off by pinching Jean's behind.
Right. Send him in.
Smiley grievance? Go along to the master's room. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, Fred. Go on reading.
Their graves are green, they may be seen, the little maid replied. Your steps will walk from another shore, and they are side by side. How many are you then, said I?
Come in. Miss Workman tells me you've been misbehaving.
Sorry, sir.
I cannot allow goings-on like that in my school. So I'm going to make an example of you.
Yes, sir.
No, Smiley, I think we'll try the place where you pinched Jean. Bend over. No, bend over.
If they 2 are in heaven, quick was the little...
That's all. And Smiley, you can keep the picture, and here's something towards your bike.
A bob. Gee, thanks, sir.
Oh, and, Smiley, you can take my word for it, rosin does not split the cane.
Hi, Smiley. Hi, Joey. What was the fight about, Smiley?
Oh, a bloke told on me. He told the master Smiley had rosin on his hands.
No tale-telling. I don't want to know the culprit's name. Tell me one thing. Did you sock him?
I stoused him once.
Stoush, the appropriate punishment, my lad. Rough justice in the Old Testament fashion. Tell me, how's the Smiley Grievin's bicycle purchasing fund going? I suppose you've succumbed to temptation and spent it all on lollies?
Not on your life, Mr. Lambert. You gave me sixpence, teacher gave me a bob, the sergeant gave me a bob. I made sevenpence from telling the master to cane me, and then I made fourpence from showing off me behind.
Your what?
Oh, where the master caned me.
I'll bet you deserved it.
You bet your sweet life I did.
And what's your total, Joey?
Nothing, Mr. Lambert. I sort of squandered it.
To him that hath shall be given, provided that he earns it. Smiley, you remember Jim Crowther, who usually rings the bell for church?
Yes, Mr.
Well,
Lambert.
he's gone to live in Gambo. So how would you like to take over the job? 1 penny per tintinnabulation. Start Sunday at the early service. First bell 7:30, second bell 7:45, third bell 8 o'clock. 3 tintinnabulations at 1 penny per tintinnabulation makes how much?
Threepence.
Right. Same for the 11 o'clock service and then for Sunday school. 9pence in all. Okay?
Gee, that's bonza, Mr. Lambert.
So long, Smiley. So long, Joey.
So long, Mr. Lambert. And Mr. Lambert,
Yes, my boy?
do I have to go to church every time I ring the bell?
No. Only morning service and then Sunday school. Jehovah be with you.
So long, Mr. Lambert.
Hello, who's this?
Mr. Johnson.
Who?
Mr. Johnson, commercial traveler from Gambo.
Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Here, take these. I'm in a hurry.
Very good.
Sugar,
Sugar,
tea.
tea,
Where's the boss?
inside.
Tapioca,
Tapioca,
rice.
right?
I want to see him.
He's a bad thing, you and him seen together.
Have you got it?
Yes, I have.
Who's she?
Oh, she a new school teacher. Very nice.
Almonds,
Almond,
dates,
cake,
chocolates,
chocolate.
lard, baking powder. That's the lot.
Lot baking powder.
And if you sell me short, I'll beat the life out of you.
No.
Come in.
From Mr. Johnson.
Well, about time, too.
Miss Workman said she teach me how to make curry.
Where is she?
On the veranda?
She not see?
No.
Why, hello, Miss Workman. I thought you'd still be up at your new house.
Too hot. Besides, the carpenter wants to try and finish off today.
So soon?
Oh, then there's only the painting and the plumbing. I should be able to move in.
Oh, dear. Well, I'll have to bribe the plumber to go slow.
Nonsense. You'll be glad to be rid of me.
I will not. Your coming to this township was the best thing that's happened to it in years.
I doubt if the boys at school think so.
Our food tells me you're going to teach him how to make curry.
You like it?
My favorite. You know, I haven't had a really good curry for years. What about making some tonight, eh? Just for the two of us.
I'll have to have some curry powder. Pity I didn't think to ask Mr. Johnson.
Who?
The commercial traveller from Gambo.
Oh, well, they've probably got some over at the store. I'll go and have a look anyway. And if they haven't, I'm sure that Mrs. Stephen has. You just leave it to me.
Hello, Smiley.
It's a letter from the sergeant.
Why all the secrecy?
It's a love letter, and it's very, very romantic.
How do you know, Smiley? Did you help the sergeant to write it?
I was cleaning his harness outside, and every time I looked through the window, he was nibbling his pen. He took longer than I do with an essay.
Smiley, as always, you're imagining things.
I bet I'm not. I bet it says, "Thou art my beloved."
No, Cupid, it does not. What time do the kangaroos come in for water?
They come in at sunset, and it's terribly romantic. Better than cooking curry for Mr. Rankin.
Smiley, you've been eavesdropping again.
I didn't mean to, teacher.
Go back and tell the sergeant that I shall be unable to accompany him this evening to see the kangaroos, as I'm otherwise engaged.
But, teacher.
Smiley?
Yes, teacher. I am the bearer of evil tidings.
Huh?
The teacher's in Rankin's deadly power.
What did Miss Workman say?
She's not going to see the kangaroos. She's going to cook Rankin's supper.
Cook his supper?
That's right. She said, tell the sergeant that I'm otherwise engaged. I reckon she's in deadly peril, and you better go down and belt him.
When I want your opinion, my lad, I'll ask for it.
But she's your heart's desire.
Get out. Go on, off you go.
I'm telling you, Sergeant, her fate is doomed.
Get out!
And 8 back to you now. Thank you.
Looks around and he's frightening the blow and curses the old snigger with the blue. The tall boy is there, awaiting his demand with his black and I'm
going to sing him a song. What for? Get money for me bike. You can't do that, Smiley. They'll check you out. You wait and see.
Hey, kid, where are you going?
I'll sing for you. I'll sing Waltz and Matilda.
I think you ought to go home.
Oh, but I want to sing Waltz and Matilda.
You do, eh? All right, come on. Now, listen, mates. Here's a kid wants to sing Waltz and Matilda. Go on, sing up, son. Let her go, kid.
Come on, Smiley.
Once a jolly swagman carrying fire billabong under the shade of the coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billabong. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me, waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billabong. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came a jump-back to drink at the billabong. Up jumped the swagman and grabbed him with glee, and he sang as he shoved that jump back in his tucker bag. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he shoved that jump back in his tucker bag. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me.
King Billy, quick. Come and join in the fun. Your Smiley's having the time of his life.
Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Look out! Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing.
What's all this? What's the kid doing here?
Just giving us a song.
Take it easy, Sergeant. He's trying to save up to buy a bike.
Well, this is no way to do it. You get out of here, son. This is no place for you. Go on your way.
He wasn't doing any harm.
No, of course he wasn't.
As his school teacher, I'd have thought you'd know better than to let him mix with a mob of boozers like this.
As his school teacher, I can see nothing against him having a little good-natured fun.
Anyone would think we were making trouble.
Okay, everybody. Drinks all round. On me.
Dear God, I have saved up 5 shillings and 9p. No, wait a bit. £5 and 11p. And with the 9p more for ringing the bell tomorrow, I will have £6 and 8p. Will thou please have mercy on my soul and help me to buy a bike before Dad gets home? Yours truly, Smiley, William, Thomas, Grievance. Amen.
So, here is what I want you to do. Let us be more active Christians. Let us continuously ask ourselves, what can I do now to help others? So, when we leave this church this morning, let us leave with one thought in our minds. How can we help our fellow men today, this very God-given day of Sunday, and every day hereafter? Jehovah be with you. Now, let us sing hymn number 442, All Things Bright and Beautiful.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower and locust, each little bird that sings, he made the glowing colors, he made the tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small.
Goodbye, Mr. Casey. Mrs. Casey, I hope Charlie's got over the sunstroke.
Quite better now, thank you.
Florrie, you patched my cassock beautifully.
Thank you, Mr. Lambert.
It's a pleasure and a surprise to see you here, Mr. Wrangler.
Well, you know how it is, Reverend.
And thank you for bringing him along, Miss Workman.
Well, I didn't exactly.
Ah, indirectly, of course. Mrs. Grievance, any news of your husband? You're expecting him back home soon, aren't you?
Too soon, if you ask me.
Ah, who knows but the Lord may have changed his erring ways. Well, Smiley, did you listen to my sermon, or were you thinking about that bike?
I listened to your sermon, Mr. Lambert, and when you said, let us go out of this church now, thinking, who can I help today?
Well?
I thought As you won't be here this afternoon, you might like to pay me the dough for ringing the bell now.
What a mercenary young scamp you are. I'll pay you in advance for the next tintinnabulation.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Lambert.
Jehovah be with you.
We'll get him when he's ringing for Sunday school.
Too right we will.
Plenty of mud balls. That's what we want.
Ed!
Get all you can from the river.
You bet.
Who threw that stone?
It wasn't a stone, Sergeant. Just a mud pie.
I don't care what it was. Who broke that window?
I did, Sergeant.
Yeah. How much money have you saved up for your bike?
6 and 8pence.
Well, here's tuppence. The rest is going to help pay for the window. And you're all just as bad. Look at you. And on a Sunday. Now be off with you, and I hope you all get the hidings you deserve. Go on, off you go.
And what about my Sunday school?
You can't possibly expect them to attend Sunday school looking like this, all filthy, battered and bruised.
That's my responsibility, not yours.
Gee, Smiley, you're crying.
That's the end of school for today. Now, when I dismiss the class, I want you to leave quietly and in an orderly manner, right? Class dismissed. Smiley, I'd like a word with you. Cheer up, Smiley. You've got a reputation to keep up, you know. Where's that famous smile?
Back where I started.
Well, I'm afraid you'll just have to start saving up all over again. If you really make up your mind, you can do it, I'm sure. What's this bike going to cost?
£4.
Come now, Smiley, that won't take long.
Justice is miscarried.
It won't do you any good feeling sorry for yourself, you know.
Fred Stevens started it, and it's the law of the jungle.
Cheer up, Smiley. Oh, well, if you don't want my sympathy, you'd better be off.
So long, teacher.
So long, boys. See you again. Lay off that two up now. Stick to the beer. See you, I told you only come along at night. Anybody see you? Just a minute. Get up. What do you want?
Sergeant just come.
Sergeant? I'll be right out. Here, come here. Tell King Billy, please don't go pop. I'll get your parcel later. Now, go on, get out. What's that? Warrant for my arrest?
I don't get it.
Having kids in the bar. Beer?
No, thanks. No, I thought you might be able to help.
Anything to oblige the law?
Mrs. Oxshore went down to Charlie Coy's garden this morning for some tomatoes. She couldn't see a soul around, couldn't get anybody to answer. She told me I went down and I found Charlie and Mrs. Coy on their bed, dead to the world.
Opium?
Yes. Now, where's Charlie getting it?
Search me.
And another thing, too. The Aborigines are getting more and more. I've been down to the camp and talked to old King Billy, but I can't get anything out of him.
What do you want me to do?
This is from Superintendent Robbins. Says he knew you down south.
Yeah, too right he did. I gave him the winner of the cup 2 years running. What's he want?
He thinks commercial travellers are bringing it in from the coast. Then the Chinese, after they've had their go, trade the dregs to the Aborigines.
Yeah, could be.
Headquarters getting all steamed up about it. Well, listen, something's got to be done and quick. I know you can't watch everyone, so why not take Jim Rankin into your confidence? Ask him to watch out for any strangers using the pub. Commercial travellers, coach drivers, even swaggies.
Only too glad.
And if you see any Aborigines hanging around...
Leave it to me.
Let me know and I'll be right down.
You bet.
What did you want, Smiley? If my father wasn't away, I'd pinch his razor and commit suicide. That's right. My dad's got two. You can use one of his. I think I'll drink deadly poison. I'll see if my dad's got some weed killer. Then we can both have a go and commit suicide together. You haven't got anything to commit suicide about? Of course I have. You're my friend, and whatever you do, I'm going to do too. So long, Smiley.
Hiya, Smiley. Why so gloomy?
I'm going to commit suicide. I'm going to cut my throat with a razor, drink deadly poison, and jump into the river.
What's all this about, eh? That business at the church when the sergeant took you down. Well, before you cut your throat or get your own back, how'd you like to make a couple of bob, huh?
Yeah.
All you got to do is to run a message.
Gee, Mr. Rankin, I'll run like mad.
Yes, but it's a secret message. A deadly secret message. Savvy?
Yes, Mr. Rankin, I savvy.
So secret, even the sergeant mustn't know about it.
Oh, am I going to be a sort of a spy?
That's it exactly. My secret agent. Only secret agents aren't called by their real names, see, because, well, that'd give the game away. No, they're called by letters and numbers. So you'll be secret agent, X49.
X49.
I'm J17.
J17.
Come inside, X49. Shh, quiet. Now then, X47.
X49?
X49. Before I tell you what your mission is, you must swear a secret oath. Hold up your right hand. Say after me. I swear by the Secret Service all over the world.
I swear by the Secret Service all over the world.
That I will not tell anyone what I'm carrying.
That I will not tell anyone what I am carrying.
Or who gave it to me.
Or who gave it to me.
Or who I gave it to.
Or who I gave it to.
So help me, by the sign of old Nick.
So help me, by the sign of old Nick.
Now shake. Here's your two bob.
Yeah. Where do I go on my secret mission, J17?
Well, now, where shall I send you on your first mission? I know. You've got a hideout down by the river, by the Aborigine camp, haven't you?
That's right.
You'll take a secret message to King Billy.
But the camp's out of bounds.
Oh, Nothing's out of bounds to the Secret Service.
Of course not, J17.
Now, look. Put this inside your shirt where no one can see it. Go down to your hideout. Have a swim. And when no one's looking, slip across the Aborigine camp and give that to King Billy. Only to King Billy, understand? Nobody else. Savvy X49?
I savvy, J17.
Now, I wish you a safe journey, free from danger and peril. Farewell.
Farewell. Hey, Jackie, where's King Billy? Over there. Hey, King Billy!
What do you want?
Mr. Rankin told me to give you this.
Mr. Rankin? Ah, good.
Son, Billy. Son, Jackie.
Sound, Smiley.
Thank you.
Hello, Mum.
Where have you been? I thought I told you to come straight home from school.
I'm saving up to get me bike again. Mr. Rankin's a real pal. He gave me 2 bob just to run a message. Look. I'll show that sergeant, the dirty double.
Smiley.
Gee.
Now you go and apologize.
That's what I like to hear, Smiley. Not what you said about me, but what you said about saving up again for your bike.
I'll say this about him. Doesn't matter how many times he takes a knock, he'll always get up again and have another go.
Well, here's his chance to have a real go. School breaks up next Friday. What are you going to do on your holiday?
Suppose I just muck around.
Well, Smiley, the overseer from Yarramanda was in this morning. He wants a couple of lively lads to go out there next week and be rouseabouts at the shearing. You pay £1 a week in your keep and you'll be shearing for 3 weeks. Now, what about it?
£1 a week? 3 ones make 3. 3 quid.
You'll be getting first prize in arithmetic if you're not careful.
Gee, that's great, Sergeant. 3 quid.
Now, who would you suggest for the second rouseabout?
What about Joey?
Yeah, I thought so. Well, you better go tell him.
You bet.
Just a minute, Smiley. Why did Mr. Rankin give you that 2 bob? You said you went a message for him. Where did you go?
It was a terrible secret. I swore a deadly oath. It was flabbergasting.
You'll be much better off on a sheep station than hanging around Rankin's pub.
I bet he will.
Thanks for the tea.
Smiley! Hey, up! Smiley! Joey! Come on! Get those sheep through!
What's the matter? If you don't speculate, you can't accumulate. What are you gabbing about? It's what they're saying. I reckon I'm going to speculate. Go to sleep. And accumulate to buy me bike. Go to sleep, you're potty. I might never get the chance to play two-up, especially with that sergeant hanging around all the time. Go to sleep.
If you don't speculate, you can't accumulate.
Pound there, a fiver there, 10 bob there, and a pound there, and there we go, and a fiver there. Now that's what we set. Now away they up they go. And they're 2 heads. Your Royal Highness won again. Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. Here we go, rejoicing. Bringing in the sheaves. Let us go. Boys, change here. This is the time to come in. Fiver, 2 pounds, and 1 pound there, a fiver there, and a dollar here. Right, up they go. Up they go, and here they go. And there. Oh, beauty! Whose money's this?
Mine.
Who told you to come into the school?
I put me money down, I won.
Well, I don't want any kids here. Buzz off.
Oh, I put me money down, I won.
Of course he won.
Bet you've taken his dough if he lost.
Well, I'll pay up this time, kid. Now beat it. Get out. Now, let's hope we go again. Right.
I told you. I still think you're potty. Come on, we got to get some sleep.
Strike me handsome as a two-up terror back again.
I thought I told you to buzz off.
Oh, just one more game, mister. That's all honest.
Oh, let the kid have a go. It'll teach him a lesson.
Okay, up they go. 1 head and 1 tail. No money changes hand. Now, lads, does your bet still stand?
You bet.
Listen, kid, why don't you grab your dough and leave the game? I'm in luck tonight.
So am I.
Well, listen, do me a favour. Will you pull out when you've won 50 quid? Up they go. 2 heads are right. There it goes, kid. Now buzz off and let that be a lesson to you. And don't tell the coppers about it. Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We've come to rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves.
The naps were grey ferocious, the captain of the gates. To every man upon this earth, death comes soon or late. And how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods? What are you saying that for? Oh, I had a little steam, and it's the first thing that come into me mind. Oh, come on, we gotta get some sleep. I know I've done in me 5 bob or 2 up, but if you were a real pal, you'd lend me a quid so as I'll get a bite before Dad gets home. And some of the bike will be yours. I don't want a bike, and I don't want any bit of a bite. I'm going to buy a pony. Oh, you're no friend of mine. Yes, I am, but you shouldn't have lost your dough. See you later. So long, Smiley. So long, Joey. I'm back, Mum.
Darling, so's your dad.
All the way from the back of beyond, me boy.
All the way from the pub, you mean?
How are you, Smiley?
Hello, Dad.
I hear you've been working hard and saving up to buy a bike.
That's right, I've been having a go.
And how much have you got?
3 quid.
Oh, It's great, Smiley. And how much is the bike?
£4 delivered at your door.
Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do with you, son. I'll give you £1 so you can buy your bike. Go on, take it, it's yours.
Isn't that bonza, Mum? Now I can buy me bike.
Smiley, where are you going?
I'm going down the teacher's place to ask her to write the letter.
You have your tea first.
Oh, she mightn't be home after tea.
All right. I'll keep it warm for you.
Thanks, Mum.
And I wouldn't go running around with all that money if I was you.
I'll put it under my pillow.
That's a smart kid, eh?
Yes, he's done wonders to save up for his bike, I'll say that. Where are you going?
I just thought I'd take a bit of a stroll.
You'll do nothing of the sort, Grievance. I've made a stew for your tea and you'll sit down and have it while it's warm.
I put me money under me pillow, Mum. Gee, thanks for the £1, Dad. I bet the teacher will be flabbergasted.
Now sit down and eat it.
You know, I've gone off me tucker lately. It must be the heat.
Must be the booze.
Well, if it isn't Smiley back again.
Hello, Mr. Rankin.
What's the hurry?
I got me money for the bike and I'm asking teacher to write the letter.
That's good. You'll find her in number 4.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Rankin.
Come in.
He's flabbergasting. I got me money for the bike and I got to write the letter.
Smiley, is that really true? Have you really saved up £4?
Too right, teacher. It's under my pillow. Will you write the letter and tell him to deliver it at my door?
No, Smiley, I think you should write it yourself. But I'll help you if you get into difficulties. Now come and sit here. Now here.
Gee, Josephat, this is my first real letter.
Me no like it.
Oh, it's as safe as houses. Who'd ever suspect a kid like Smiley? Now, you better clear off in case he comes out. And leave the door open.
I've addressed the envelope. Now, remember what you have to do?
Go home and get me money and put it in the letter and go to the post office and register it.
That's right. Now, the registration fee will be 6p.
But, teacher...
And here it is.
Gee, teacher, you're a real sport and no mistake.
Hey, Smiley, come in here a minute. Shut the door. I want a word with you, X49. What's that letter you've got?
Oh, it's the letter me Miss Workman wrote to get me bike.
Oh, yes. Good. Now, look, I want you to go on another secret mission for me.
Oh, gee, Mr. Rankin, I gotta go home and get me dough to post the letter.
It's worth another couple of bob.
Oh, but I really...
All right, I'll make it 4 bob. You want a bell for your bike, don't you? Well, you get a beautiful bell for 4 bob.
But it says, complete with bell and lamp.
Does it? Let's have a look. Oh, yes, so it does. But look here. It says you get a klaxon horn for 5 bob. Well, now, you'd like a klaxon horn, wouldn't you? You know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's right. Well, here's your 5 bob. And here. And here's the parcel. Now, look, put that inside your shirt.
Oh, Mr. Rankin. Why, hello, Smiley. Why aren't you posting that letter?
Oh, I was just giving him a box of chocolates to celebrate his return. Now, go on, off you go. Mind you share them with Joey.
Oh, just a minute, Smiley. I like chocolates, too. I think you owe me at least one for helping you with that letter.
Go on, off you go.
Hi, Fred.
Hello, Scott. When did you get back?
Today. I've saved up enough money to get me bike. Mr. Rankin gave me 5 bob to get a klaxon. Teacher's written a letter, and all I've got to do is go to the post office.
Then what are you doing here? This track doesn't lead to the post office, it leads to the Avo camp. And what's that?
Oh, that's just some chocolates Mr. Rankin gave.
Come clean, Scott. What are you up to?
Oh, I'm going to see Jackie about asking King Billy to make me a boomerang.
Huh, you can't throw a boomerang.
Bet I can.
And anyway, you oughtn't to have anything to do with the blacks. I heard the sergeant tell my father that somebody's been selling opium to them. It's against the law and you can be arrested dead or alive.
Oh, that's nothing. So long, Fred.
Hey, come back!
Rat.
With that, he dashes off towards the camp.
Uh-huh. And you say Mr. Rankin had just given him 5 bob to buy a horn?
That's right, Sergeant.
Ah. Well, I think I'll be on my way. Thanks very much for the tea, Mr. Stevens. So long, John.
Cheerio, Sergeant. Hello, Sergeant. What can we do for you?
I'd like to have a word with you.
Sure. Come and join us.
I'd like to see Miss Workman, too.
Miss Workman?
Yeah. We better go into your office.
Okay. Vic, tell Miss Workman the sergeant would like a word with her.
Yes, boss.
This all sounds very mysterious.
Remember I asked you to keep your eye open for any suspicious-looking characters?
Yes, yes, sure I do. Is that opium business cropped up again?
Very much so. And I have an idea.
Good evening, Sergeant.
Oh, hello, Miss Workman.
What crime have I committed now?
Mrs. Grievance tells me that Smiley came to see you soon after he got back from the shearing.
What about it?
Did he happen to say where he was going after he left you?
Home to get the money for his bicycle, then to the post office.
That's right. You never saw a kid so excited in all your life.
But of course, when Mr. Rankin gave him a box of chocolates, his first thought may have been to find Joey and have a guzzle of their lives.
Thank you very much.
Is that all?
That's all, Miss Workman.
You were saying you had an idea.
Just a hunch.
It was a terrible thing to do.
I was out of luck, I tell you.
All right, Mum, I got that letter, look. What's the matter, Mum?
Oh, Smiley, I tried to stop him. He lost all his dough at 2 up. Then he came home and said he had to get some more. Then he went and lost again. Smiley, what have you done?
I want a word with you, Smiley. What were you doing down at the Aborigine camp? Did you give King Billy a package? And do you know what was in that package? Opium.
Smiley! He didn't mean any harm, Sergeant.
I'm not saying he did.
He hit him by mistake.
Hit? Hit who?
His father. He's killed him.
What? Let's have a look.
Let me go! Let me go!
What have you told the sergeant?
Let me go!
You told him about King Billy.
Smiley! Smiley!
There's no sign of him.
He'll be back. Probably gone to look for Joey or Miss Workman.
Will he be all right?
Just a bruise for a day or two. Do him good. Got any iodine?
Yes.
Well, give him a good dollop and hot dressing.
But what about Smiley? It's getting dark.
He'll be back when he's cooled off. Well, good night, Mrs. Grievance. I may call back later and have a talk to the boy.
He won't be in trouble.
Over this? Of course not.
Hey, Smiley! Smiley, come back!
say you no smoke 'em. I say you're a liar, Billy, and I'm going in to have a look anyway.
No, no, no. You'll find nothing in there.
6, 7. All good children go to heaven. Honey on the water, tuppence on the sea, threepence on the railway for you and me.
Anyone been in?
Where you been, boss?
That's my business. See who it is. Why, hello, Sergeant. What are you doing here?
I'd like to see Miss Workman.
What, at this time of night?
At this time of night.
Suppose she's in bed.
I still want to see her.
All right, I'll go and get her.
Half who can get her? You get me a beer.
Oh, of course. Half who? Do you mind asking Miss Workman to come in here?
Did you hear about Smiley?
No.
His old man pinched his dough. Kid went mad. Hit him on the head with a cricket bat, nearly killed him. Raced off into the night.
So that's it. As a matter of fact, I was out on the veranda when the kid went tearing past, so I hopped on the horse and went after him.
Any luck?
No, not at all. Too dark. I shouted and yelled, but no.
He'll be back.
Well, this is a nice thing.
Miss Workman, you told me earlier on that you saw Mr. Rankin give Smiley a box of chocolates.
Yes,
Would you recognize the wrapping if you saw it again?
I think so.
Is that it?
No, nothing like it.
Well, I couldn't be sure, of course. I only saw it for a moment. I should have thought this was very like it.
I found that in King Billy's hut.
What, Smiley taking chocolates to King Billy?
No, I really think this is the same.
No, it isn't nothing like it at all. Afu! We'll soon find out. Afu, you ever seen this before?
No, me never see.
There you are. He was the one that got it from the commercial traveller.
And I suppose I must be wrong.
Well, there's one person who knows for sure. Smiley.
He might be home by now. Why don't you ask him?
That's just what I intend to do.
My friends, not since the Christmas fire has our church bell rung out the alarm. Today it rings to tell you there may be tragedy in our midst. Young Smiley Grievins has run away from home and may be lost in the bush.
But where did he go, sir?
Nobody knows. Sergeant Flaxman, it's up to you.
Thank you, Reverend. Bill, you take your team and search to the south. Okay. Mr. Stevens, you take a dozen and go west.
Very good, Sergeant.
Mac, you take to the east.
Okay.
I'll go north with the rest of you. Mr. Lambeth, as you've a car, will you search the Morven Road? Take Nobby and Albie with you to search the verges.
By all means.
And every one of you take along as many stock whips as you can lay your hands on.
My friends, before we begin our search, let us join in a short prayer. Heavenly Father, who watches over us all, who sees even a sparrow fall, we beseech thee to guard our Smiley from the perils of the bush. We beseech thee to help us in our search so that we may restore the boy to the safety of his home. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Where do I search?
You ride along with me.
Yes, come on, that's the only thing to do. Don't lose heart, Joey. We'll find him.
Jam! You walk to the right. We'll go straight on. Okay, sir. Molly!
What the devil? Wake up now. Come on. Wake up, lad. Wake up, lad. Now, who are you? Wake up, lad, now. Come on. Take it easy. You're all right. Here, have a go at this. That's the idea. Hey, take it easy. That's brandy. Mouthful will do you good, but you really want some tucker, don't you now? What's your name, young fella?
Smiley. What's yours?
Bill. Bill the boundary rider.
You're a Pommy, aren't you?
Yes, born and bred in Sussex.
Then what you doing out here?
Well, I didn't see eye to eye with some of the people back home. I just sort of drifted out here.
Are you a fugitive from justice?
Well, I'm a fugitive from parental justice.
Parental justice? Oh, I'm a fugitive from justice, too. I'm a wanted man.
You don't say.
There's a price on my head, dead or alive.
How much?
100,000 quid.
Oh, you're more valuable than I am. There's no reward for me at all.
Or suppose you haven't been running opium.
Well, I can't say I have.
Or committed a murder.
Oh, Smiley, you're the grandest thing that's come into my life for years.
But it's true, I tell you. It's true. Oh, you won't give me away, will you?
Not on your life. There's honor amongst thieves. Well, come on. You're going to earn your tucker. I've got to bait my dingo traps before the sun gets too high. Hold this, Smiley.
Oh, what a pond.
That's the decoy.
The what?
Well, you swing it off the trap, and it attracts every dog within miles.
What's it made out of?
Never you mind about that. Just don't get any on yourself. You'll have every dog in creation after you.
Look out! Hey! He bit me!
Quick, where did it get you?
In the leg.
Where?
Oh.
All right, up you come. Now, hang on.
Oh.
Hang on, that's a brave boy. That's it. Hang on now, hang on. That's it, boy.
Oh.
All right. It's all right now. Make a beat out this way. Look! He's got Smiley. Where'd you find him?
Never mind that now, Snake Bite. Won the dog. Right.
How's the kid?
We've got to go quick to save him.
Doctor here?
What's happened?
Snake bite.
Smiley isn't going to die. He isn't the dying sort, is he? That's right, Mrs. Grievance. I'm sure he'll be all right.
My fault, all my fault.
That's the lot. All he needs now is rest. You can tell his parents they can come in.
Good. It's all right. You can go in and see him now.
There you are. I said he wasn't the dying sort.
He'll be fine.
Hey, Thank heavens for that.
Come on, let's tell the others.
He's all right, folks. Smiley's going to pull through.
Hooray!
Pull over, will you? I'm in a hell of a hurry.
Any news of Smiley?
They found him. He's been bitten by a snake, and I'm on my way to the doctor.
And you're going to the doctor?
So clear the road, will you? It's urgent, I tell you.
With all that luggage?
Are you going to get that thing out of the way, or have I got to do it for you?
Strike me handsome, Reverend. What have you been and gone and done?
I've been longing to do that for years.
But what made you hit him?
A message from the Almighty.
I bought it with me £3. It's broken in and gallops like mad. Sorry I haven't got the money to get your old bike, Smiley, but you can ride my pony whenever you like. Thanks, Joe. Pooh! What a smell! Smells great to a dog. And what bait he used to catch the wild ones that are killing his sheep. See what I mean?
Good evening, friends. Well, this has been an eventful week in Murrumbilla. As minister, I regret the loss of one of my flock.
And I punched him on the snozzle.
No. But as a law-abiding citizen, I congratulate Sergeant Flaxman in his prompt action in putting the evildoer under lock and key.
Be careful, Miss Workman, or he'll be putting the handcuffs on you.
And now, I want to introduce a newcomer in our midst, Mr. McVitie. A pommy, yes, regrettable, but a real good sport.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't be here tonight if it hadn't been for one of your Murrumbilla boys, a kid called Smiley, because he saved my life at the risk of his own. Where are you, Smiley? Smiley, I'd like to show my appreciation of your brave action.
What a beauty. Gee, Josephine.
There you are, Smiley, and all installments paid.
Oh, I bet you can't ride it anyway.
Bet I can. Right to the church on me pony. Race ya.
Dingo, mate.
Smiley!
Jehovah be with you.
Smiley, they call him. Smiley's his name. Happy-go-lucky and always so gay. If he should be smiling when you go by, look out for that wily gleam